Hey everyone, this is Victor from Cyborg for Life, and I want to welcome you to episode 174 of Limb Lengthening Live, where the patients interview the guests. And today, it was a last-minute live stream, but we are here with the podcast. We got fan favorites on the show. We got Aaron, the bilateral femur lengthening patient who finished late August, and now he is hoping to walk in a few weeks. In fact, if you missed last week's episode, he shared some special content, so go check that out. But yeah, fingers crossed for him to be fully cleared by Halloween in the next couple weeks. We also have Master Rebreaker of Chains. And if you don't know his past aliases, he was also known as Master Distractor, Master Consolidator. That's right. He's also a bilateral femur lengthening patient who did 8 centimeters, 82.2 millimeters, which is 82 centimeters. And he is on the show because he's going to talk about his upcoming surgery this coming week. And he actually has another patient who's actually on his mic with him who just did his consultation for his surgery. So we got quite a bit to unpack here. It's a shorter show because I'll have to bounce in about 35 minutes for another interview. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. So if you're in the chat, you have questions, drop them in here. Aaron and MD is ready to answer them. So, but let's do a little quick check-in with MRC here because it's been a while. So what's been happening with you? How's everything going? And are you ready for your tibia lengthening on Monday?
I am preparing to the best I can since I am still using walker and crutches and partial weight bearing, so I'm still preparing. And I had my consultation follow-up with Dr. Gidelich today, and we seem pretty confident that I can achieve my goals and my tibia still. And yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about it. I've just been really busy trying to, getting ready for D-Day kind of thing, because I already know what's coming, and I'm gonna have 6 broken bones this time, because I'm still healing the femurs. But I think everything's gonna be good. I think following my mantra, which I never really talked about, that I always do, is ABC. I think there's a movie thing saying "always be closing" or something, for salespeople. But mine is "always be careful."
Yeah.
So always be careful, always be careful. Even though I'm walking around more than what people see in other with other surgeons, still doing it whatever my surgeon and physios tell me. And as long as you follow what they tell you and you're approved to do what they tell you, and you're always ABCing, you're not going to break nails. You're not, as long as, here in Canada, in Dr. G's group, which is, I've seen a lot of people like me, we just walk and we try to do partial weight bearing according to the weight capacity we were told, and we're fine. So I'm just going to follow that advice and just trust in my surgeon and trust my physios and follow their protocol. And I believe I get to my goal. And tibias as have already gone on my femurs. So just trying to mentally prepare and getting my red samurai, which is here. He's going to be my person that's going to take me home after discharge because we discharge quite quickly, right? So Monday surgery, Tuesday's discharge. And I'm hoping we can get some clips of me screaming in pain like Aaron, because we got people screaming in Canada too, not just USA. So
I love it. I love it.
Because I want to see, we want to show the real everything, right? So don't want to hide anything. Yeah, but I think I'm feeling good about it. So
that's
as long as I get to my goal and we get to it safely, I'm a happy camper. And I don't know if my thing is a Game of Thrones reference, like Breaker of Chains, even Breaker of Chains, and also Breaker of Legs, I guess. Even though Dr. G's the Breaker of Legs. And also, I just want to say winter is coming, because I'm preparing for winter with 6 broken bones and trying to get to my goals. We got a tough journey ahead.
I love it, brother. It's coming up fast, and tibia lengthening it's a big undertaking because there's a lot more that goes into it.
Yeah,
you're good with a good surgeon, and your spirits are high. I love that, and you have experience with limb lengthening. You did the femurs, so there's not a whole lot that's going to surprise you besides just a few new adjustments because the tibias are a little different. But I'm excited for you. So we're looking forward to having you on. I think next week we're actually going to do a Dr. Robbins live Q&A. We're going to get back to that. And then the week after, we should have Dr. G on with a few other surgeons. So we're going to do like 2 weeks of surgeons back to back. And then we'll get like another open mic. But you guys could probably join maybe on the back half of one of them. We'll see how we can do it. But anyway, that'll be exciting. So real quick, so you said you have a person there with you, Red Samurai. He's another currently prospective patient, but it's going to be a current patient soon. So Red Samurai, can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey,
man, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about like what your lengthening plans are. You just had your consultation today. Are you planning to go for femur lengthening or like possibly tibia lengthening?
Yeah. For me, I think I'm gonna go with the tibia. Yeah. Sorry, femur first.
Okay.
And max it out for 8 centimeters. And after that, I'm gonna see and think about whether I'm gonna get tibias as well.
Okay. All right. So I like it, man. So you're going to go for the femurs, biggest bang for your buck. What's your starting height?
My starting height is around 5'3". So I can guarantee that like MD is towering over me right now when I'm sitting when I'm standing next to him. So yeah, that's why I really want to do quad as well, like staged quad. But I'll just go for the femurs first and figure out if this is something that I really need. Because tibia is going to be more complicated, and yeah, and maybe by the time I do TBS, the PMAX is going to be out. So that's also a huge plus if that is the case. So I'll just see. But my current goal is just to finish the femur lengthening first.
Got it. Very cool, man. Well, best of luck to you. What you said? When are you planning for your femur lengthening?
My current plan is maybe in March next year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because yeah, that's probably a few months.
He's prepared to the winter.
yeah. Because Montreal winter doesn't sit well with me. So yeah, that's something I would have to think about that.
Let it get a little warmer first. I love it. And you're right. Who knows when the PMAX comes out? And that's what brings me to my next question to Aaron, because he is the guy with information here. Aaron, just last week you said it, but can you just reiterate it? Every week is very important to these guys. What was the latest update we have on the PMAX?
Yeah, when I met with Dr. Paley, he said that the earliest that it would be released is Q1 of next year, which I kind of figured like everyone already knew that it wasn't going to come out this year anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I do personally feel fairly confident that it would be released sometime next year. Maybe it could be like the summer of 2026, but once again, this is all speculation at this point.
Got it.
It'll come out when it comes out.
Yeah, for sure. No, thanks so much, Aaron. That's really helpful. Yeah, so we'll see, guys, what happens with all of that. But yeah, let's see. So we have a few questions in the chat here, and then we're going to probably just talk about different aspects of lengthening. Like I said, it's going to be a short show. We'll have about another 25 minutes or so. So pop your questions in here. If you have any questions for Aaron and or MD, I'll just say MD for now. And or Red Samurai, right? He's a prospective patient, 5'3", going for his first femur lengthening. So this one, I'm not sure, is it Russian or what the name, but anyway, he says, hey, I'm wondering if I can still grow taller at 18 years old. I'm 5'11" in the evening and 5'11" and 3/4 in the morning. I really appreciate your content. What you do. Is leg lengthening surgery even worth it for me? Aaron, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. As far as when you can still grow taller, if you want to get x-rays, the doctors can check if your growth plates are closed or not. If they're not close, there's still a chance. But if not, but if they are closed, then I think you'd be a good candidate for LLS. But I have my own personal opinions about certain heights, like when is it really worth it or not. But by the end of the day, just like Dr. Paley, like I've learned kind of like not to judge people on that aspect. If you're like close to 6 foot, but you still want to get limb lengthening surgery, all the more power to you, right? So you really just got to decide that for yourself.
Right. Yeah. And he's just saying because height plays a big role in life, and I'm kind of average, I guess, where he's from, that is. And he wants to be a person. Yeah. Very cool. Awesome. So no other questions in here yet. I'm sure they're going to flood in right when we're ready to close out the show. But blame is on me. I was late putting everything out. It's just a crazy week, just trying to get back into the scheme of things. But yeah, let's roll up with that. So MD, I want to talk to you for a minute. So just to kind of summarize your whole lengthening journey, what was your starting height? You did 82 millimeters on your femurs. So, and then what is your current height? And then obviously, what's your goals for your tibia lengthening?
I started 5'7"-ish. I think 7-ish is very hard to get, and I'm trying to get to. I don't think you're gonna like my goal, but it is an ambitious goal. It is going to be 7 on the tibias, but I am seeing.
This guy wants to be another side quest.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat him at 15.2.21.
Wow.
So we'll see. So yeah, I'm trying to get that, but I've seen that happen before with one of the Dr. G patients that was I think on an Instagram post or something. That did it 6 months apart, and I see currently quite a few patients going there, so I don't see why I can't get there either. Just considering my flexibility. But yeah, should be one of the taller end of the people that she's offered on.
Okay, very cool. And do you know if she uses Botox on the calf for the tibia lengthening?
Yes, she used Botox on hamstrings and gastroc.
Oh, okay. For tibia lengthening. Wow, that's interesting because it crosses the joint. Wow, so that should help out tremendously. I believe I did get Botox. I'm not sure if Dr. Conway did that to me or not. I can't remember. It's been a long time. But anyway, yeah. Is Dr. G going to do a fasciotomy of the anterior compartment?
Yeah, I asked her about that. She is going to do fasciotomy of the tibialis anterior, right?
Got it.
Yeah, I forgot that name. Yeah, he's going to be doing that. Yeah.
That's good. That's good because that, especially for the lofty lengthening goal, I think that's really important because you don't want any issues. So cool. And then obviously the nerve decompression. See, so guys, just to kind of let you know, femur lengthening, it's a little bit more straightforward. They're done in, I think, a ratio of probably, and just don't quote me on this, I think a 7-to-3 ratio, like out of 10. You know, every 10 surgeries, 7 of them are going to be femur and the other 3 would be tibia. And there's a lot more prophylactic or preventative measures that the surgeon will take in their approach for tibia lengthening. Things like a common peroneal nerve decompression on the lateral aspect of the fibula, so that you can kind of not get that drop foot, because that nerve helps you to dorsiflex or pick your foot up. Another one is sometimes the surgeon will do a fasciotomy of the anterior tibialis, which is like, or tibialis anterior, that muscle on the front of your shin where you get shin splints if you're like a big runner. And then in his case, Dr. G, her sister, is a twin sister. She has a lot of access to Botox, so she's going to use Botox to help relax the muscle so that he doesn't get his there's not the super high risk of a muscle contracture or getting ballerina foot or a Aquinas contracture. So those are just some of the things with tibia lengthening, and obviously the mechanical axis versus the anatomical axis, keeping that straight is really important. So you want to make sure your surgeon knows what they're doing, which they do in this case. So
I'm gonna be looking forward to a lot of screws in my legs.
Yeah, there's a lot more. There's 7, right?
I know there's going to be quite a few more holes because there's going to be fibula osteotomy. There's going to be a different hole for that, I believe. 2 more holes for the syndesmotic screws, and 1 more hole for the blocking screw.
And you get the osteotomy.
So it's going to be a lot more holes.
There's more incision points for the lower leg as well. I forgot about that. The fibula, he has to break the fibula. So there's actually 2 bones in your lower leg. The fibula, which is on the lateral side, the side of your leg, and then the tibia, which is more the medial.
I mean, this should be all filmed soon. I'm quite sure she's going to film it, and I'm going to be putting that on my YouTube and
yeah, share it. Bring it on to the live streams too. I just want to let everybody know that, you know, his experience is completely up to him. So I mean, is his experience. So what he might go through is like, if he's pain free or if he's in pain, it might not be the same for you guys. So but anyway, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, and you got to give me your I'll put your channel link below this video so people can follow.
Like my femur surgery, I have it in 8 steps. That's what Dr. G and whoever filmed it in. So I have all the steps of how she did it. and I don't know how she's gonna film the tibia surgery, but I'll definitely get the content and put it on mine, and I'll give it to you. And
Yeah.
Dr. G obviously has it too, so it's all filmed and available for people who want to see. I know. I think I'm gonna have more because she uses an external, or I don't know, it's a half pin or external fixator thingy that she uses to make sure my rotation is correct. So that is she's most likely. I'm pretty sure she puts that on me for the tibias too. I think actually for sure because I paid. I'm pretty sure she's going to put that on. And then yeah, I mean, looking forward to a lot of
screws.
a lot of waking up with a lot of things to look in. But I mean, once they heal up really nicely. After like I can barely see my femur scars at all right now. So like very very invisible. And I'm pretty sure these are probably going to be quite invisible after anyway. So I'm not very concerned about that.
Gotcha. So now what I want to do, I want to talk to Red Samurai a little bit, and I want him to kind of like share some of his worries or concerns about the procedure. And then I'm going to redirect those concerns to Aaron because he's the veteran femur lengthening who can walk right now, but he's just waiting for the full official clearance. So Red Samurai, femur lengthening in your near future, in the next couple months here. Are you worried about it?
I think I'm worried about in terms of my issues with my anatomy because I have pretty small canals in the femurs. So I consulted a lot of surgeons, and then some of them they want to put the A5 in me, but the diameters of the nail, the A5 nail, but I'm not really comfortable with that. Because there are research that suggests that the bending risk of the A5 nails are probably a little bit large. So that's why I had a consultation with Dr. G, and she's pretty confident that she's going to put in the tensor nails for me. So that's a huge plus. And but of course, because of the extent of reaming, there are also risks associated with kind of heat damage to the bones and fat embosomes. So it's something that I have to be aware of. But as to the actual lengthening, like after surgery, I think, yeah, I think I know what I'm getting into. Like I have got so much advice from MD. Like I spoke to Aaron before as well on this course.
Nice.
So yeah, I think I know what I'm getting into. So I hope, yeah, I'm gonna reach my goal.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I remember our chat as well on our consultation about your narrow canals, and it's a big uncertainty until you get into the surgery. But I think if she's confident she can do it, I'm hopeful that she can as well, and that would be great because if you get the 10.7, Aaron, did you have the 10.7?
Yes, I did. I did have the 10.7.
Yeah, the 10.7, and so did Aiden, right?
Yeah, Aiden also had the 10.7.
Okay, so and how much do you weigh, Vincent?
Red Samurai.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. I'm very light. I only 120 pounds.
120. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And
you're gonna lose a couple of that during surgery too. So
yeah. How much did you lose?
For me, I think it was like more like 15 pounds, but like so I was like 145, I think, before surgery, and now I'm like up to like 135. So I gained a little bit of like weight, but like when I was lengthening, I was like a little bit lighter.
Got it. Okay.
I just keep getting fatter and fatter, like since I started.
All that food you keep eating.
I think after lengthening, I think that's pretty normal, MD.
Like since the day of surgery, I just been gaining weight. I'm on 20, almost 20 pounds heavier since April.
Yeah.
So
You've been eating like so much food, but I'm telling you, man, you should start like a side channel that says like the chef of limb lengthening.
I honestly think that'd be a great idea because like people always ask like what should your diet and your nutrition be?
True.
So I think people would really appreciate that.
Absolutely. I mean, he was cooking up a storm.
I got Cooking with Master Distractor shows, so I don't know. I don't know if you guys got the Cooking with Master Distractor, and today Red Samurai was taking pictures of my fridge.
Yeah,
I did.
Red Samurai, are you confident you're going to go with Dr. G, or what's going to be?
I'm still thinking about that because I also consulted with Dr. Paley and Robbins.
Okay.
'Cause I've been thinking about I could do that in the UAE center as well.
Oh,
But
right.
the problem is, I think Dr. Paley and Dr. Robbins, they are just more conservative. They couldn't promise that they can put in the 10-7 nails for sure.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's gonna be my major concern.
There's always a chance because they also told
Yeah.
like one of my friends the same thing, that there was like a less than 10% chance he was gonna get the 12.5 nails. But during surgery he ended up getting the 12.5. So
So
yeah.
I find the same thing because Aiden, they did the same thing for him. They were like, we might have to do the 8.5s for you, but then they got the 10.7s and he was happier. So I think usually they do find a way to get the bigger nail in and it works out well. Because look at Aiden, he's doing well too. So
yeah,
but
yeah.
Aaron, you are just like, I'm hoping. I mean, we saw you walk a little bit on camera last week, but like, when's your next checkup?
All right, so I got my own opinions about this. My next checkup is on the 24th, but seeing how everyone likes, I keep in touch with people who's gotten feedback from Dr. Robbins, and I don't expect him to clear me like right away for full weight bearing. He's probably going to be like, "Oh yeah, good bone healing. I think you can finally carefully like crutch for the next like 3 or 4 weeks, and then hopefully maybe by month 3 post distraction you should be able to walk." I know how this works already.
He's very conservative, and honestly, it's nothing new. He's been doing it for years. I've talked to patients for years, so expect that. You said next week, though, right? Next week?
Yeah, on the 24th, on Friday, I have my X-ray, so we'll see what he says.
All right, cool. You got to let us know. In fact, you could probably, I think, like he said, I think he's doing the live Q&A next week, so you should join with him and just ask him. I know. You're a smart patient. That'd be great to have you on with him. Oh, I love that.
If he figures out I'm crutching right now.
I know. He won't. I don't think he watches these. He's too busy running.
No, I mean, if he can, technically speaking, if he clears me to stand, like, I should be able to 2-point crush because you're just putting half of your body weight on each of those legs. So
true.
But he's gonna be coming on next Thursday, but my X-rays is on the 20, like the day after that. So
got it. So you should be safe. Yeah. So you can't say anything until he has some information to go off of.
Fair.
Well, yeah, that'd be great to have you on with your actual surgeon. You can do some stuff, and then maybe we'll have other patients join. So every patients can join live and ask Dr. Robbins questions live because we haven't done a surgeon. I've been doing competitions all summer, so I told him, I said, once I'm done competitions, we'll get you back in rotation. And then Dr. G, Dr. Burkholz, I think Dr. Ossie, I want to try to get them on as well. Dr. Conway, guys. So I'm gonna put this in the Discord in the announcement section. So she emailed me that she actually was a I don't know if I did that did I post it in the Discord or I tell somebody else? So she was actually kind of like she was featured in Chicago Med last week on the 200th episode. It was about limb lengthening, right? So a guy got cosmetic limb lengthening and he was with his fiance. And he had lied to her about what happened to his legs, like he was in a car crash or something. But there was really I don't want to spoil it for you. All right, sorry. Go watch episode 200. If you have the streaming app called Peacock, you can watch it. It's like an NBC streaming app. Go watch it. I think it was around the 23-minute mark or whatever. It really kind of honed in on his story. But then during the a procedure they had to do, they had to phone in the surgeon, and they're like, I'm talking to a surgeon in Baltimore, Dr. Conway. I was like, oh my gosh, my surgeon is famous. So that's awesome. She was on primetime. Well, she wasn't on TV, but yeah, so go check it out. Episode 200.
My surgeon is infamous because they keep banning her for making people happy. So
Oh, what? Why is that?
remember last year, she got like tobacco.
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It's infamous because they keep banning, stupid things.
Right.
I mean, it's all fine now, but like,
it's crazy what's going on with that, seriously. But all right, so we got this question here from Mr. Busyness. Hey y'all, I'm getting lengthening surgery next week with Bets. Okay, I wanted to ask you if you have any thoughts on long-term effects of lengthening, such as possibility of arthritis. Let's go to you, MD, on this one.
I'm for arthritis. From what I heard from the surgeons doctor has interviewed on all of their interviews, that does not seem to be something they are concerned about. Maybe I don't think it depends on the length, but I believe on just the way technically, if it's done correctly, I don't think so. If you go to the surgeons that Victor is on his list, his recommended list, I would say, like Paley or Dr. Gidelich, I don't think that is a effect if the surgeon does the surgery correctly and you follow their advice. But I believe it can, if you don't, if the surgery, like I believe this, if you, I remember Dr. Paley talking about in the complication edition that he did with Victor like couple of years ago. If you, I believe hearing, if you mess up if you are just a fibula, it's just a tiny bit off, I believe you can get arthritis.
Yep, if it migrates like a little bit
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yep.
So I mean, so you really have to know. I think they really know how the surgeons really need to know what they're doing. But I think for a good, if you're with the right surgeon and you lengthen according to the limits they let you, I don't think so. And I think this research, again, going back to Dr. Paley, who has all the long-term research since he's been doing this for 100 years, he's published on it, and I don't think there is. However, when it comes to, I mean, I don't know about the Betz bone, so there's other things I would be more concerned about. Being delayed, like delayed to non-union without nail, and the ability of not being able to go backward. So that's my answer to that question.
So yeah, I think for arthritis, when you think about it, it's like, what does that mean? It means degeneration of the articular surface of the knee joint, right? I'm guessing that's what you're talking about for the knees or the hips. But really for that to happen, you have to get excessive shearing force, meaning like excessive tension. And that comes from like a severe muscle contracture. So not over lengthening, staying limber, loose, and keeping full range of motion in your joints would help you avoid that pretty well. So, and he's right. You know, Dr. Paley, Dr. Rosberg, a lot of people who've been in the game for a really long time have found in their experience that they haven't had any patients come back to them after years who had any, you know, signs of arthritis. So we still need more data because there hasn't been a lot of data on, you know, stature lengthening, cosmetic limb lengthening for, you know, forever, really. This people are just diving into it now, so we'll see. Let's see here. Jamie, oh yeah, that's right, Jaime, that's his name. What advice would you give to someone who's afraid and or who has doubts before having surgery? Red Samurai, do you want to answer that one?
Yeah, I mean, probably just do more research, and then especially look into what kind of complications that you're gonna get from the surgery, and also read more the patient's diary. I think they're actually very helpful. And then talk to the veterans as well. That actually helps a lot. So yeah, then you're gonna get a better idea of what you're getting into.
And pick them up from the surgery center.
Yeah,
And
take them home too.
I take them home because some veterans have don't want to spend money on caretakers.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah, I agree. Aaron, would you agree with that? Like just
for like caretakers, like having a caretaker.
The question, like more like you know, how to like reduce and resolve a lot of your doubts or concerns.
Oh yeah, I like I said, the surgical expertise is probably by far the most important one. I mean, like as for someone like Red Samurai, right? It's he's in this dilemma of like he wants the bigger nail, but some surgeons have their own different approaches about regarding this topic. Like if you were going to go to Robbins and Paley, they're probably they don't want to cause over reaming to cause any like bone fractures. But if you want to go to someone like Dr. G, like her approach is she'll try to get the 10.7 in. I think it's important that you do read up about all the potential complications that can happen, and then you ask all these surgeons, what is your like plan of action if you were to detect the symptoms like embolism. I know we had a case of like blood clots here at the Paley clinic, but they recognized that during surgery, and you know these patients are still they're moving on as if it didn't even happen. So I think the surgery itself, it's going to pass by quick. I mean, you're under anesthesia. You look at your surgery team. The next thing you know, you're just waking up from a nap. So it's pretty. virtually pretty smooth, and you just got to trust that your surgeon did a pretty good job. Which most of the time, if you go to a good clinic, they will.
Excellent. Well said. All right, we got a few more questions in here. We'll probably go for another 5 or 10 minutes here, and then I'll get a bounce. But let's see here. What is better, 8 centimeters only, or 5? Oh, okay, gotcha. Or 4.5 centimeters on the tibia over 2 surgeries? That's a good question. Okay. So 8 centimeters only for the femur, or 5.5 on the femur and 4.5 on the tibia for quadrilateral. Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
That's a hard one to say. I mean, I think that's more personal. And I really handle this question a lot on consultations. Honestly, in an ideal world, I would say the 2 surgeries, right? You're going to maintain better biomechanics. You're going to get taller. You're going to have better proportions. Overall, there's less length on both of the limb segments individually. And if you spread it out far enough, you're going to probably get full recovery in each limb segment. That being said, if you did them, you could probably get away with doing them, like you said, simultaneously, just back to back, like a month apart. The thing is that I think the time the time should even out really well. So really, there's a financial cost as well. And there's going to be a toughness of doing a lot of PT, because quadrilateral is always harder than bilateral. But let's throw it to the guys on the panel here. What do you think, MRC?
I don't know why you would limit this. I guess you want the proportion something. I wouldn't do this. I would just do 8 centimeters on
8
femurs.
centimeters? Okay.
If you're just I don't know. I'm more into like getting the most out of it kind of person. I know some people they have different goals, right? So if you want to maintain, like, it's to double everything, right? Double the surgery, double the risks, double everything. I would just go for 8 centimeters. But if you're gonna do this both, I would go for more. I'm doing, and I would spread it apart longer, because I think that's the most you get. I guess the most the length that way. But if you want to limit like this, I mean, you can. I just think it's a lot out of it. Like, I know I feel like sometimes I'm going fast, but I'm only doing, like, I'm taking a year out of my life to, like, really get to my goal. And then after even that year, I'm still going to be consolidating and using mobility aids. Like, do you really want to? I don't know. It just seems like it's unnecessary for me to do it twice. If you don't, you can get almost the same in one surgery. And really, you people are not going to notice. I feel like my femurs are normal. Like, they don't even look like they're lengthened.
Yeah,
I agree.
You agree?
He's right next to me. So
Yeah. I looked at him in real life, and I wouldn't think that he had done limb lengthening or something like that.
Wow.
I just look like I'm a handicapped person. That's it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that for somebody who it matters a lot to have perfect biomechanics and proportions in the future, then maybe the quadrilateral approach. But if you're wearing normal clothing, you'd be surprised that just the bilateral, you could blend in really well. But yeah, I mean, and yeah, so I think it's a personal decision. So it really depends on the person. All right, let's move it along here. We got a few more questions in here. Aiden C. So we got another Aiden. Victor, we met at the Hackerman Pat's house. I'm now consolidating. How long about until walking from the moment I finished lengthening? I spent about 4 months lengthening and about 5 months post-op. Okay, so you're 5 months post-op. So you're still in post-op? You've been, so 9
So this is like 1 month from like distraction. He took 4 months to lengthen. I honestly think it just depends on your bone growth.
Yeah.
That's the only really assessment way that you can you can start crutching or walking.
100%. That's the first form of recovery, is bone growth. So once you get that and your surgeon clears you, whoever you had at Asiag or Conway, they'll clear you.
Just keep doing your stretches in the meantime. You can still strengthen your muscles and do your stretch and make sure you're flexible, so that when you hit the ground running, you're clear for walking. You have that more of a normal gait
Love it.
rather than having to work that much harder for it.
And that might be what your secret was, Aaron, because like in the video, you look super normal when you were walking.
I mean, I was pretty nimble, like even before surgery. So, and I came out like still with a pretty good knee bend after I finished Distraction. So I think maintaining that degree of flexibility is important. And I will admit this, my hips are still like, they do feel tight. So, and my quad, like my muscles, they do feel kind of weak while they're walking. Like I can really like feel it. So just keep working hard at it while you're still waiting for your bones to consolidate. That's
smart. There you go, Aiden. The other Aiden. All right, so this will probably be our last one, guys, because I got to go in like 5 minutes. We'll probably do one more after this, if we can. But so Aaron, how are you doing? Do you have any other video updates? Do you guys feel it? Do you feel your new height, Aaron? And then do you feel that the surgery was more of a physical change or a personal rebirth? Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I watched SideQuest episode. He couldn't have worded better than I did. Like it's literally just like, you're being reborn again. Yeah. But this was both, a personal rebirth and a physical change, because like, before college and after college, those were like two different versions of myself. And I think this, being 3 inches taller is kind of like symbolic of that as well. I go out in public now, like with crutches, and I look around, like being in the mall. I don't think about height anymore. There's like a fair decent number of like even guys in Miami that were shorter than me. So like I said, I'm perfectly average where I need to be. I don't really think about height anymore. So I'm doing absolutely fine. As far as video updates, I know Paley, the stature lengthening, Alina, the stature coordinator, she reached out to me a few days ago, or maybe I think it's yesterday, asking like if I'm still in town. So they wanted to do like a post-op video because they never had a patient before that like stayed, this long. So they're able to kind of just do a follow-up with that. So hopefully you might see something on that end. If I have any more video updates, I'll be sure to keep that in mind, and I'll send it to Vic's way, and that way you guys can see it.
That'd be great. And hopefully if you get featured in that New York Times post, they'll do something.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
We got a celebrity here on our hands, people. That's awesome. All right, guys. So we'll take one more question if you guys have it for anybody on the panel. If not, we'll be back next week. Like I said, I think Dr. Robbins should, if everything goes well, he should be on. Yeah. We'll do our first live Q&A with a surgeon in many months. And then the following week, if I can rally them all up, we'll have like a little mini surgeon summit. We'll probably try to do our normal bigger one later in the year. But
I also want to answer a piece question about like is it better to do 8 on the femur or like kind of just split it up? My personal perspective is that right now, I think it'd be your advantage to do femurs first. Like I said, it's a lot more simpler. You can gain more like length. It's less complicated than tibias. But I will say this. I know one person, and if he's watching this episode, he knows exactly who he is. There was one guy here who paid for quad, but he did like 7.4 centimeters, which is exactly what I did, but he split it up. Oh. So he paid like double to do like 3.4 on his tibias and then the rest on his femurs. But he came out pretty proportional, but that was pretty expensive.
Yeah.
But he was a very proportionate focused guy. But I will say this: I think his bone growth looks amazing. I think he's going to recover pretty quick, and I think he's satisfied with where he needs to be.
Okay, so he brought it. Was he like an athlete of any sort?
He likes to golf, so I think that proportions aspect and that biomechanics was really important for that.
Got it. Yeah, that's what I think it matters to the person. Why I think it matters to the person individually, because I always ask the person if it's on a consultation and say, hey, what's your lifestyle like? Are you an athlete? Do you squat a lot? Do you run and do tennis or something nimble? Because then it does matter. Then I think biomechanics matter a lot more. Or if you're just like, hey, I like the weekend warrior type thing, work out at the gym, then it may not matter as much. So it really depends on your lifestyle before you.
And Jaime, like I did close to 8. I did 7.5. And, you see me walking in that video, like, do you notice anything off? I don't think anybody here has really, they always said, dude, like, you look perfectly fine. Your proportions look good. Like you never did limb lengthening. Yeah. So I don't think if that's your concern, don't be concerned about it. I think in that sense, it's a little bit overrated.
Yeah, I agree. Proportions, it's really hard to see. Clothing gives the great illusion, and really 3 inches, it's not as much as you think.
No, I think especially after like once your muscles, like now my muscles are filling
out. Yeah,
I can't tell. I was like before, like, oh no, this is so long. I mean, not no, but like, wow, it's so long. Now I don't like I don't feel it's so long anymore, and I'm kind of missing that.
Right,
Now
right.
I want to see like my tibias go longer. So, and I think I was gonna touch on the video updates. I want to be doing the same walking thing, and I believe I don't know this people like I want to show people like here. I don't know around in this neck of the woods. We're always walking around, so I'm hoping to get walking videos, and I believe get Red Samurai to show me walking around everywhere.
Do you got X-rays that you could share like next time, MD?
Yeah, that'd be great, MD.
It's on the CD, but I have to buy a CD drive, and I just it's on my list of things to do. But yeah, I can show you the surgery though, because I have to buy a CD drive for that.
That's cool, brother. All right. Well, keep us posted. That'd be awesome to have all that. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys in the chat asking these questions. Always appreciate Aaron and MD joining, and Red Samurai, thanks so much for joining. Wish you the best. And yeah, so guys, we're gonna go ahead and have our live Q&A with Dr. Robbins like next week. So if you have any questions for surgeons, put them in the Discord. Feel free to message them to me. You can email them to live@cyborgforlife.com. That way I know it's coming for the live stream. I think this is the reporter. She's getting ready for the interview. Yeah, let's just do that. We'll have it around the same time. And then maybe Aaron will be on with his surgeon next week. It'll be a hot seat debate.
Tell him I said hi.
I will. I'll tell her.
Yep.
All right, guys. Until next time, this is episode 174 of Limb Lengthening Live. This is Victor from Cyborg for Life signing out. See you guys next time. Peace.
We'll